Hi, welcome to my channel, Live Documentary. Today I'm inspired to share something with you. So I was watching a video of a lady and she was saying something about how she decided that she wasn't going to believe in the Almighty again. I want to also explain before I start this video that whatever I say in this video or in any of my videos, I always want you to exercise your own power of thinking. Do not take anything I say until you're able to understand what I'm talking about. And the way to do that is to be able to experience. The only thing that makes you understand anyone or makes you become a believer in anything you decide to believe in is always going to be based on what you experience in regards to that particular thing. Just having somebody tell you something is not enough for you to just say, I'm going to drop everything else and believe this person, or I'm going to drop everything else and believe these people. You want to always experience for yourself because, like they say, experience is the best teacher. So always open yourself up to be able to experience, research, find out things, listen to multiple people. Again, have your own thinking and understanding, and understand that you have to base it on what you have experienced, not just what people say. Let's dive into today's topic. Today's topic, I happen to watch a video, and for reference, I'm going to be addressing God. I would usually use Almighty Creator, the Lord. So it's the same thing because I don't want to continue to use his name in vain. So that's why I'm doing that. So I came across this video where this young lady was talking about her life, how she grew up as a child without knowing the Almighty. And then when she became 6 years old, from 6 years old to 10 years old, she was molested as a child in the experience of child-on-child molestation. And then she grew up. This time she was beginning to learn more about God, and then in the essence of that, she got married at the age of 23. And then when she got married, her husband began to cheat on her over and over, and then she started to remember what she has been taught in church, that divorce is wrong and that the Almighty frowns against divorce. But after 4 years in that marriage, she was so unhappy, she decided to leave the marriage. Now, as a single mother, she wasn't even able to take care of her child because she kept on having that void in her life where she lost that relationship with herself and her Creator. And then she remembered asking and telling her Creator that she wasn't going to serve him anymore because she was disappointed, and she started building that resentment. So a lot of what I'm going to say today is going to revolve around why God allows bad things to happen to good people. I say good people in quotes because a lot of us understand that, this is the first time that we're coming to earth, and this is the first time, and after this particular life is over and done with. But contrary to that belief, there are other beliefs. One of them being reincarnation. If you don't believe in reincarnation, I can't tell you what to believe. Like I always say, you have to find out for yourself. You cannot base it on what somebody tells you. An encounter with the Almighty is always a personal experience. It's not an experience where you can relate or learn that from a pastor or anybody else. It's a journey that you have to seek and find on your own. And how you find that will solely depend on you. Like for me, for instance, growing up, I come to know about God at a very young age without my parents teaching me about God, without my parents instilling anything to me. But I was able to have my own and maintain, even up to now, a personal relationship with Him. Going back to what this lady's encounter is, kind of build around this topic. Most of our experience, she felt that God left her behind, watched her suffer, and watched bad things happen to her, even though she felt and she believed that she was doing God's work. Even though she felt that she was a child, why would that happen to her? She didn't understand what was going on with her, and she felt that God had deserted her and forsaken her. But contrary to these beliefs, or contrary to how this lady was feeling, the Almighty does not forget anyone. The Almighty does not forsake anyone. The Almighty never disappoints anyone, no matter what you're going. Now let's think about it. So why would a good person go through bad things? When I say a good person, the reason why I said a good person in quote is because there is a law. The Almighty has several natural laws. And because He is infinite and He is perfect, His laws are perfect. His laws will never change for anyone. And one of these laws that I'm referring to is the laws of sowing and reaping. Even though you see a child and you see something bad happen to a child, this is not because something bad is happening to a good person or an innocent person who, again, is a child. But this is because of one of these laws that I'm talking about, which is law of sowing and reaping. A lot of times we believe that, oh, we sin and the Lord forgives our sin. And then when the Lord forgives our sin, everything goes away. But contrary to that belief, that doesn't really happen like that. And you will say to yourself, a child, what has a child done? We've watched this child being born, and this child grow up, maybe to the age of 6. And then, for instance, this child is being molested, according to this lady's encounter, and she didn't think she deserved it. Is embedded in the law of sowing and reaping. There are other things also that could answer that question. But do we know everything that it could be? No, because the amount of knowledge that we know, we're still asking more questions. But for the sake of this video, I want to concentrate on why good things, or rather, why bad things happen to good people. In this lady's case, she felt that the Lord had deserted her. But that wasn't the case. As human beings, when we're born into this life, there are certain things we definitely need to go through. There are certain things that we need to experience in order to gain maturity. Maturity in the sense that we need to go through these things in order to mature as human beings, and most of all as human spirit. The reason we're here in the first place is to be able to mature and go back to the next stage of life. Just because somebody passes on from this earth doesn't mean that they have ended their journey, or they have ended their journey of life. The journey of life continues. And just because we shed our body doesn't mean that it's over. Just because we were not born into life, or the life that we know it as this life, just because we were not born does not mean that we were not existing. We were already existing before we were born. And I'm not going to go too much into that aspect of it. I want to concentrate on the fact that a lot of things happen to us for reasons. And one of those reasons may be that we need to mature in our spirit. One of the reasons is that we need to atone for certain things, and in atoning for that, we understand that we need to mature from it, in essence, understanding why those things shouldn't happen, or why we shouldn't do that to other people. But it certainly does not mean that the Lord is allowing bad things to happen to you. So at the end of the day, what I want you to take out of this video is, if you consider yourself a good person, continue to do good. Continue to be steadfast. Continue to be patient. Do not say, oh, I'm never going to do this again. Do not say, I'm going to leave the Almighty. And do not resent the Almighty just because things are not going your way. Continue to be prayerful. Continue to believe. Continue to be loyal to the Lord. Worship Him. Continue to do all those things that you do. Never be discouraged just because you think that you have been deserted by the Lord. The Lord, again, will never desert you. And always remember that you have to maintain that personal relationship with Him. Thank you for watching my video, and thank you for being here. Bye for now.